Faith Church, hope you're well. It's September the 18th, Friday, and this is the House to House today. I don't know if you have a bucket list, one of these lists people make to things they'd like to either do or see before they kick the bucket. I don't have a formal one, but I've got some things in mind. I'd love to hike the John Muir Trail from Yosemite Valley to Mount Whitney. I'd love to visit Glacier National Park. I've never had a chance to go there and always have wanted to see a grizzly bear in the wild. I'd love to coach one or more of my grandkids in baseball someday. I don't know if these things will happen. I would love to be able to speak fluent Spanish. That's always been a dream of mine. I love the Spanish language and can speak a little bit, but I've never been able to do that. It probably would take me living in a Spanish country immersed for a year or so. Those are some things I'd love to do. Speaking a language, maybe you've wondered too, what language is spoken in heaven? When we come into God's kingdom, is it Hebrew? Is it English? Is it Spanish? Is it Albanian? What kind of language is spoken? We are going to look at a passage this Sunday that actually answers that question. I'm not going to tell you the answer. You got to either look it up for yourself or read it, but it's a pretty cool answer to know what language we are going to speak or hear in God's kingdom and God's family. I'm going to preach from Revelation, the last book of the Bible, this Sunday, and I don't want that to put you off. I think some of us are afraid of Revelation. I hear people say all the time, I don't even want to look what's in there. And it's because we have so many misconceptions about what this book is about and what its purpose is. I would really encourage you to watch the video that's linked here to get just to know. It's a quick video, a few minutes overview of what John's revelation of Christ is really about. It's really a book of hope. It's written to the church. It's not a book that's supposed to be about secret symbols to help us calculate the end times and when that's going to come. It's not about that at all, actually. It's a book of hope, and I'm actually leaning towards kind of praying about us preaching through Revelation at some time this year, so we'll likely return to it. But take a look before Sunday at Revelation 7, maybe read verses 1 to 12, and just begin to reflect on this beautiful vision of what God has in store for his people, which includes this idea of what language is going to be spoken in God's kingdom. I'm really very, very proud of this congregation because you are willing to engage in these conversations and discussion and thinking and looking at God's word on issues of race and justice. This is not an easy conversation, and I probably wouldn't dare bring this up in some other contexts, but I am proud of this congregation for your willingness to engage. And what are some hard things? I want to let you know the last 2 Sundays have been kind of heavy on challenge, and I get that. It's been challenging for me. This Sunday is going to be heavy on hope. And you can't just keep going challenge every Sunday. 2's enough for now, and we're going to look at, I think the thrust of the message here is really a hopeful one that I think will inspire, I pray will inspire all of us for what God is doing and will do. And so take a few minutes to read that text before you come on Sunday. Reflect on it yourself. I'd love to hear your answer about which language you hope is going to be spoken in heaven. Please, we've got 2 services. Hopefully the air quality will stay good for Sunday. 9 o'clock we'll be outside, and we've got some room still for people to sign up. So if you'd like to be with us, go on ahead and sign up online. There's a link on this email to do that. And then 10 o'clock for the rest of us will be on live stream as normal. Don't forget that there's a part 2 of the True Confessions class Sunday night that Rick and Lori and I are teaching, and we're looking at the Barmen Declaration, which was a confession that came out of Nazi Germany, the confessing church. Really, really fascinating and really relevant to our day as well, to kind of learn from this confession, which isn't that old. So join us at 7 o'clock, and there's link on our webpage to that as well. So wherever you are today, I really hope that you are sensing the love of God your Father, and the grace and peace of Christ, and the fellowship of the Spirit. Peace.